make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, though. Young black man, keep moving. This is what y'all need to know about contracts. Contracts are meant for the person who's giving the contract to get more out of the person who's receiving the contract. So if a business gives you a contract, they want you to guarantee some things for them. So if you move into an apartment complex, they giving you a contract. You got to sign this lease to live here. This is how much you're going to pay. If you late, this is how much you're going to pay. If you break something, this is how much you're going to pay. If you miss this, that, and the third, this is how much you're going to pay. Plus, say if you signed a lease and you missed the first month's rent, they can evict you. They used to be able to evict you and charge you the whole 6 months, or until they get a person 6 months to a year, whatever the lease was, until they get a person in the apartment complex. And with some people, what they used to do is used to lie, or they used to keep the apartment empty, or fill the apartment after 2-3 months, and have you paying on it while somebody's there. You got to find out somebody's in the apartment before you can stop paying. You got to get evidence. So there have been people who literally did that and wound up paying rent while the person was in the apartment, and the apartment complex played stupid, like, oh, we forgot. They were doing it on purpose. If you sign a contract to buy a car, it's going to go by your credit score. So if the car is $15,000 and you making payments on it, you're going to pay at least $17,000, $17,500, at a minimum, maybe up to $20,000 for the car. That's what it is. If you buy a house, you sign a 30-year mortgage. The house is the house is earning $100,000, but the house is $100,000. If you sign a 30-year mortgage, by the time you pay it off, you're gonna pay $300,000. So this is the things you need to know. With a car, with a house, you buy something below your means. So if you can afford a $15,000 car, say let's do it math nowadays. If you can afford a $28,000 car, you buy a $21,000 car, and you make $28,000 car payments on that $21,000 car. So contractually, you might be signed to 5-6 years, but payoff wise, you might be done for 5 years, right? If you buy a house, and you say you buy a $250,000 house, you can afford a $250,000 house. You buy a $200,000 house, and that 30-year mortgage, you pay the $250,000 rate that you can afford. That way, that 30-year mortgage will be, you pay a house off in 15 years. And then you have, and with homes, they appreciate in value, for the most part. So by the time you finish that $200,000 house, it might be worth $400,000, or depending on the area, it might go from $400,000 up to $1 million. You never know. It just depends on the area. So that's what you need to know about contracts. Now, when it comes to for some of y'all want a record deal. Well, what's gonna happen is, if you sign a record deal for $300,000, the label, you're gonna owe them $1 million. All right, let's just do it that way. So you sign a 360 deal for $300,000. You're gonna owe the label $1 million. So I don't care if it's merch, I don't care if it's your YouTube. Merch is t-shirts and mugs or whatever. Merchandise, your YouTube page, your Instagram page that makes money. If your album sells, you're publishing. Hopefully they don't get you publishing, Jesus. But until you pay them back that $1 million. And this is what they're gonna do. If you pay them back the $1 million, because if they gave you 300,000, just say they want $1 million. Don't say I'll pay them back three. They gonna want $1 million. And if they advance you, and they gonna say your next album come out, we're gonna give you this advance. Don't take it. Don't take the advance. For that year, pay their $1 million off, live off the rest. And when people, when you broke, you should have money, you should be rich. Say, look, I ain't got it. The label got the money. They took the bulk of this money. Don't take the advance, because now that you got a buzz, now that you got a name, now when that second album comes around, you didn't take an advance, so you can get more money out of that. See what I'm saying? So you don't have to recoup, because they get you with that recoupable expense. That's your problem. Drop a single or 2 singles before your album comes out. Get some of that publishing in your pocket, do some shows, and then use that money to live and fund your rest, and then build from that. If you got in a business transaction, get in a partnership. You put down your money, and they put down their money. Don't get in a no money situation. Because if they know the business and you put down all the money, that's not good. You see what I'm saying? Like, they got 100% of the knowledge. You have none of the knowledge, but you got 100% of the money. It's not a good investment. That contract puts you on the hook, not them. But that's just my thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.